Alright. Do, 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 do. Say, where is my shame when I call your name? So please don't set me free. I'm as heavy as can be. I will do you harm. I will break your heart. I'm a victim of your charms. I want to be dead when I'm in bed. I can be so mean. You can beat me. I would like to shame you. I would like to blame you. Just because of my love for you. And love itself, it's just as innocent as roses in May. And I know nothing can drive it away. Oh, love itself, it's just as brief as a candle. And it's greedy, just like sin. Alone, it's sane, but sane. I am a love suicide. 'Cause love itself is just as brief as a candle in the wind, and it's greedy, just like sin. Alone, but same. I am a love suicide. 'Cause love itself, it's just as innocent as roses in May. It is pure white, just like sin. Oh, what a beautiful melody. One I think quite fits the vibe of the game we're going to be playing here in a second. It seemed fitting. But regardless, I hope that you enjoyed my little melody. This is going to be a fun stream, ladies and germs. I'm just getting out the self-promo at the moment, but figured why not a song about a unhealthy obsession? You know? Why not do one about an unhealthy obsession? Because I genuinely want to show the vibes of today. From what I understand of this stream, of this game, it's kind of a song. It's a game. Takes a few hours. Essentially, I'm gonna be stalked through the woods by a yandere. There's gonna be many ways I can die, and I'm going to be trying to avoid dying a horrible death today. I'm hoping I can get through the whole thing in one day. It'd be nice if I could, but even if I can't, fingers crossed today's fun, yeah? I'm hoping that today does well because, well, I want to show off more of this game because it's really, well, I don't know anything about it, but like, I know people like seeing me torture myself, so I figure, hey, if I play a horror game, maybe people will donate to the charity, you know? And I want to do more for people around the world. I haven't been as selfless as I like. I've been doing therapy stuff, helping people around, but like, I don't know. I wish I could do more. You know? Like, I genuinely want to do more than I have been. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. I suppose that's it. I suppose that's it. Alright, we got the punishment wheel ready. Let's go into English. Ebihime. It gets so lonely here. Yeah, it does on Cinnabar too. That's for sure. Nice. Start. You are running through a forest. It is late at night, and the sky is black as pitch. There is nothing to light your way, save for the moon's milky glow, but its rays cannot reach you, not properly. The trees which surround you, jutting out of the earth like eerie monuments to a foreign god, are blotting out most of the lights. You cannot see where you are going. Even if you had commenced your flight at a more sensible hour, of the light of the sun to aid you, it would be of little use. You do not know where you are going. You have no map, no route, no plan. Running like a frightened animal, anxious nerve, no destination in mind. No desire as you run, save to escape. You cannot let yourself be caught. If it to happen, you are certain you would be ruined. First step forward, to keep going on and on and on, while your feet are screaming at you for mercy. You know how long you have been running? Time has begun to blend together. It has lost all meaning. Something sharp snags at your shirt, but you don't have the luxury to pause and examine what has happened. Instead, you tug. Your skirt tears. The sound splitting through the forest, and you stumble forward with a shocked gasp. You are free, but at what cost? Your skirt has been irrevocably damaged. It might be too late to worry about such trivial matters now, though. If you do not start running again, then soon, she will catch you. Then your life will be over. You don't know if she's still following you, but just optimist looking over your shoulder. See her silhouette beneath a tree, looking at you with that sickly sweet smile which once snared you. You would lose what little nerve you possess. Your legs would lock up, your blood would freeze in your veins. Then you would crumple. You would fall, but you would not hit the ground. She would be there to catch you. Did she not promise when you made that contract that you would never be alone? You would like to take back that silly wish of yours, but it's too late for that. It's too late for a lot of things. All you can do now is run. You run and run and run while icy fog swirls about your feet. It's cold enough to sap the heat from your body, and you shudder from it. It feels as though you are drowning. It feels as though you are being buried alive. Is there any white hands upon my shoulder? Your knees and your shins, meanwhile, are bleeding. You cannot endure much more of this. If you value your own life, you must. You run and run and run till long last you reach a fork in the road. Free path off through the forest. Or you got the path down which you came. Back on yourself then. When you have put so much effort in running forward. Press on. Free path signpost. Something of a strange sight. You are so deep in the forest. Dark below you are accustomed to the shadows. Pick out the writing on this old dilapidated signpost, curved and slanted though it is. Your fate, if you forgive me saying cliche, is in your hands. Now I wonder, which path will you take? Shore, a village, or a castle. Damn it, I couldn't save. Can I go back? Oh, okay. Cool. Go to the shore. I feel like this will be important, so I'll put one here too. Go to the shore. So you want to go to the shore? Good idea. What do you discover there, I wonder? Nice far from over the many number of adventures still awaiting you. I hope you prepared yourself in advance too. Hopefully you're safe. You've learned how to swim. Suspicion and skill might come in handy. You follow the path which leads to the shore, supporting yourself on weary aching limbs, ready to snap at the knee beneath the burden of your weight. You're a little more in a wisp of a girl, but you've been running for so very long, so very numb to feel like a great lumbering thing. You need to lie down and quickly. Your only hope is to continue on. You find a means to escape your current predicament by the shore. Now I know what awaits you. Your visions of a harbor extending to the horizon. Fleet of white-sailed fishing vessels. Surely be a kindly fisherman who will take you far away on his boat. If your pursuer will not be able to find you. Show the face of the kind of fisherman. You've lifted from fairy tales you've read in abundance as a small child. You'll have thick bushy eyebrows and a dark brown beard streaked through with grey. Look intimidating at a glance, but be fiercely protective of you, just like a father. You do not know what Fava is supposed to look like. You are only imagining. It's your imagination, however, which grants you need to keep going. You run to the shore. It takes some time to emerge into the woods, but finally you do it. How much time, you ask? Can I answer that? Did I not say time going to lose all its meaning? Forest behind you now, at least with the awful nightmares of Lord Griffin. Still cold and still foggy. It is still dark, too. The sun is yet to rise. You can see the moon more clearly as it hangs above your head. Round as any pearl or orb or crystal ball. The moonlight shines down upon the vertiginous cliffs. I have to look up what that means later. Which plummets sharply downwards to an array of sharp, spiky rocks below. You feel upon escaping the woods, a degree of hope. Inside these weather-blasted cliffs gives you pause. You inhale, then you frown. Now what are you to do? 20 years through very well. I have a plan in the first place. There's little in the way of civilization here, far from the village. How far? You don't know. You can't see any houses. Rest your weary head and one of your weary legs. Fitfully, you look around. There's nobody to your east, nor is anyone to your west. There's no point in looking south. That's the way you came. Notice the world falls away from you. That's a too steep scale, and it's too dark. It's not so here to help you. You're all on your own. Feel so overwhelmed, you could very well cry. You do not cry, however. You know tears have never helped anyone. You got yourself into this mess. Get yourself out of it. You got money in a long, furrowed, salty, oceanic air. Maybe an exploration in earnest. Keep away from the edge of the cliffs, afraid you might slip and take a sudden, unfortunate tumble into the abyss below. You are not attached to your molded body, some humans are, but you do not wish to die. You still care for yourself, if only a little. It's a sense of self-preservation which compels you onwards. You glance this way, and that depressing the tall grass beneath your shoes. You search for a place of shelter. Somewhere. You're likely to look at settlements, but what's that? Over yonder. Could that be a roof? Hope, buddy, and your long last, you reach your destination. House, after all. Out here in the wilds, though it at a glance doesn't look very welcoming. The solitary house that you discovered on the cliffs is also rather unremarkable. So small and squat, you cannot imagine it contains within more than one floor. You don't imagine it touch more than one room. Though it is dark, it's not dark enough to mask the cottage. There's something to a slant to it. This is inside like a drunken sailor. The thatched roof, meanwhile, which tops the swelling, has clearly seen better days. There is a hole in the thatch. There are several holes, in fact, and parts of it look particularly bare, almost bald. That is rather concerning. I'll probably be protected from the elements. As such a place. Misgivings. Do you misgiving right now? Let's go. Not that you have any other options. With a sense of defeat, therefore. Scotch takes a look at the earth of tombstone. Part of you wants to turn back, you know it'd be foolish. The cottage is dark, which does not necessarily mean it's empty. However late at night, or whoever lives here, if indeed anyone lives here, might be asleep. I don't imagine it was the cottage. Appreciate being roused. Do not let yourself worry too much over these small details. I'll never forget anyway. Swallow. The taste of the salty sea breeze is pungent in the back of your nostrils. Have the nose right fist. Belly first. Reluctant shuffling in the cottage. Perhaps he doesn't have strength. Wait, if you want, still you're not hear anything. Perhaps the cottage are not occupied after all. Anyway, for a time I say jump. For all that, knocking goes unanswered. I would say you do not try. Intrigued. Fingers slip behind the handle of the door and pull it up. To your surprise, it yields easily. Swings open for you as if by magic. Feels almost like this was preordained. You step foot in the cottage, which is dark, and glance around. Hard to see given latest in the hour, but the cottage interior is inspiring as its exterior. Not very. It is every bit as small and cramped as you fancied when you observed it from the outside. A few cupboards line the walls, fortified with sense extinguished, straw piled on the floor, which is function as a bed. Successful, however, when it comes to trying to locate other humans. Find another soul. This is to your benefit, though. Nobody else lives here, you might as well make yourself at home. As one could be, I suppose, a small cramped cottage with holes in the roof. Close the door behind you as you approach the straw pallet. Feel incredibly weary. Tiredness that assails your limbs is absolute. So intense it overcomes the last of your concerns. You settle on a straw pallet, yawning as you do. Not comfortable, but not easy some of your aches and pains. Even uncomfortable makeshift beds such as this one is better than standing. Far, far better than Your eyelids fall shut, your lashes melting together. Soothed with the sound of the wind distant rolling away as you fall asleep, and you begin to dream. It's not common, of course, to dream. The best and worst of us do it, from queens in the castles to peasants sleeping in the straw. Why, who is to say that all you have observed tonight has not, in a sense, been a dream of its own? Will that make your nighttime fancies, then? A dream inside of a dream? Perhaps our dreams are empty, hollow things, stacked inside one another, like little wooden dolls. Is that not a whimsical thought? How very true. Your dreams, however, cannot be called whimsical, and neither are they particularly droll. Not pure applications, some dreams are fleeting fancies which never come to pass. Your dreams are ever more pernicious sort. In your dreams, you're at the conservatory, your red hair tied back into two prim, proper braids. You're walking through the courtyard, clutching your books to your chest, so you may make your way to the library. Your head is bowed, so as to not rouse the faces of your classmates. Sorry about that. I'm trying to put them live in my server in the main chat because I'm hoping some people will stop by. If you don't want to meet their eye. Thank you, Chicky! Love you! These girls are the most sensible braids, and their sensible shoes are merciless. You hunch your shoulders together in this dream of yours so as not to draw their attention. But alas! It is not enough. You stumble, clumsy finger all, and you fall. Just like that. All eyes are upon you. I'd appreciate some company. They are staring at you. Hey Nova, nice to see you. They are laughing at you. You lay there on the ground by the fountain, your books scattered and your skirt in a woeful state of disarray. Your knee hurts. Is it bleeding? You examine your injured leg, trying not to cry. As this transpires, you hear a voice. One of your classmates calling out to you. She's acknowledged you. Look shyly, tears bending in your eyes. A girl taller than you and prettier and much more refined. She extends her hand down towards you. Does she mean to help you? Not have to try, can it? Reach out and accept her offered aid. Fingers curl around yours tightly, perhaps too tightly. It's dig into your skin. It hurts. The girl pulls you to your feet. Legs feel weak from your fall, and your knees still aching, still bleeding. Feeling out of sorts, you're not afforded much opportunity to gather your bearings. Hands on your shoulders. She is laughing at you. She's pushing you. Sound of the fountain and the rushing water drums against the basin. It's suddenly very loud. It's overwhelming. It surrounds you. Cold as ice, you cannot breathe. Rushing of the water continues, echoing in your eardrums, over and over, and then... No, I want to remember this. What good will it do? It's in the past, where the past ought to remain. You were never going to go back, not even in your dreams. Termination forced you back into the world of the waking with a start. You gasp like a fish as you sit upright, your eyes unnaturally wide. You feel wearied from lack of sleep. Half-lidded eyes, you glance about. It is still dark inside your cottage. The sky visible from beyond the windows splashed still with stars. How long were you asleep? You were not sure. You were so very detailed, really feel like you've been transported in a different time, into a different place. When you inhale, you can taste rank, fetid water in your mouth. Pat yourself down, fingers trailing at the front of your uniform. So vivid you may have to find your clothes are damp. Not the case, however. You were in fact perfectly dry. What do you do? Will you go back to sleep? Well, the best option available. Accents still too overwrought all of a sudden for sleep. You do not think you could bear it. Steady legs rise to your feet and stand by the window. Sorry sound to the pitied moon which hangs among them, and you frown. You hear the wind outside, howling like an injured animal, and more softly the ebb and flow of the waves as they meet the cliffs. That is not all. What is that sound? It's like singing. Always follow in if you cannot pick out any words. Not even the individual syllables, so there's a haunting quality to it all. The singer, whoever they are, is a pretty voice, high and clear like a bell. Melancholy one stirs your heart. Inside you. I'm faithful that you found the book inside the library. Thank you, Nova, for stopping in. Appreciate you. Logically, you should not go outdoors to seek the source of that singing, but emotionally, that's what to do. You should have learned your lesson by now. You should know better than go sticking your nose in business which does not concern you. But naughty little girls that you never do learn. Fishman's College is for a dream. Reach for the handle of the door. The press is easy enough beneath your grasping fingers, and the door opens with a click. The world yawns before you, framed in the doorway, all of it bathed in moonlight. You thought it was cold inside the old cottage, but it is colder still now that the door is open. As the wind rushes forward to meet you, knifing mercilessly for the fabric of your uniform, you look across the old and inhospitable landscape, your fingers clenched and fists at your sides. You step into the unknown. Canvas the cliff face, lit by nothing more than luxurious singing. So haunting and ethereal is this voice that it hangs on the breeze, but the sun wearing 1,000 ships off to war. Right until you reach the very edge of the cliff. Look down once an empty air. Let's not go any further. The voice is yet to cease. You can still hear it echoing inside your head. It compels you to act. Down the shore seems a distant distance away. Out to the ocean, which is big against the scattered rocks below. Your eyes narrow with determination. Take a step towards the cliff. The cliffs are steep and the rocks below them are sharp. You can see them glinting in the darkness, their tips jagged like the teeth of hungry predators. The cold wind blows, rocking your hair, and you shudder from it. Your shoes were not built for scaling cliffs, and your heels not much weight in the purchase. Perked along, the cliffs are so steep. Clinging to the cliffs is no small feat. You determined to ease yourself onto the shore. In one piece, preferably. The wind is not so powerful, as though something deliberately malicious to it. You wonder during your descent if it means to knock you off your perch on purpose, cast you down to the rocks below. Well, if that's what it wants, you refuse to give it the satisfaction. You can be awfully stubborn at times, and now is one of them. You continue to climb. How long have you been on it? The last feet meet the shoreline below. You have made, not saying too many injuries. Too many! Your palms are throbbing, gripping those rocks in a few cuts, but your wounds are shallow and superficial, sure. Things could have been worse. Your fingers, they feel uncomfortably numb and cold alongside it. Your skin is prickling, at least you can feel its discomfort. At least it's still attached to your bones, what ought to be. Your vital organs concealed within the hollow cavity of your body. You have a lot to be thankful for. The night has, by and large, been quite successful. Don't let any obstacles between you and the mysterious force will hold you outside. You must find them. Self down to the store, on the hunt of the singing voice which captivated you so. Sharp, jagged rocks which jut out of the sand like teeth. The rocks cannot be circumnavigated. Meanwhile, you clamber over. While the sound of the sea mingles with that of the singing, adds an ethereal, haunting backdrop to your exploration, for it adds the sterility of your new right stroll. The waves lap against the shore, then recede shyly, pushed and pulled by the bleached white moon which hangs overhead. The oceans that you have seen in your library books were all blue as sapphires, but this one is different. The night looks black instead. The undulating surface of the water reminds you of a mirror, though its depths are even deeper, much more mysterious. Its foreboding settles upon you, but you try to quash it. It shall be afraid. You round the cliff field studying insensible rounds, and how long you see her. There's a woman sitting upon a rock out in the ocean. Her eyes are closed and lips are parted, expression soulful. She is singing. Hair which far flutters around her face like a shroud adds to her otherworldly aura. Her eyes must be closed, but her lash long and luxuriant like a doll's. Close to her parted than song and soft, like freshly plucked petals of a flower. Her face is perfect, as are her proportions. Her neck is tall and slim like the stem of a flower. Lower half her body, meanwhile, well, there's nothing like anything you've ever seen before. Here and here alone, a woman betrays her narrow human definition of beauty, for her legs are non-existent. Too awkward to pen, just a woman has said, the sleek shimmering tail of a fish. Not then a human? She cannot be, not with a tail like that. Sorry, Chance. Probably of that. You could be rude, you cannot help yourself. Send you act poorly things not understand. I'd scream, that would be even ruder. Oh my. It lives up in a moment to this seemed to be a shock as was loud enough to attract her attention. Fish-tailed vision sitting upon the rock is looking at you. So Pierce feels like she's looking through you. Your heart seems to stop inside your chest by some magical spell. You thought a mermaid pretty when you first observed her. Top that awkward rock, face turned in profile. See that you were mistaken. Not just pretty, she is beautiful. So much so, it is almost unnerving. She looks like she stepped out of the page of a picture book. She perfect belong to this world. Some kind of vision, a waking dream, a hallucination. She did those things. Tail might be an impossible thing, but scares look slick and wet. Like any fishes one might find at the market. You scaled your destiny and bathed beneath the light of the moon. It almost seemed to glow. The sight of her takes your breath away. You look at the mermaid. I gotta get a screenshot of that just so I can send it to Mari. I gotta send that to Mari. You look at the mermaid and call her a bitch and tell her that disguise is not a very good game. I'm kidding! She looks back at you. You pay such an altercation. As you fades the mermaid's face. Just wanted to pose in the front, now shift upwards. She is smiling. She says to find sort of, my. It's really good to see a human again. Particularly a human girl. I was getting to feel your kind had all disappeared. Oh, tell me the world above the waters. My, it's quite the effusive greeting. The mermaid's introductory speech possibly bring the excitement of a sweet, girlish variety. Or more amicable than the fine polish which syllables would make one suggest. You might be a well-bred lady yourself, an excellent match. You could not help but feel overwhelmed. Anxiously, you observe the mermaid and ask what she means. What happened? As that, I'm afraid I cannot say. I've been sitting on these rocks, singing many nights, but no one has come to see me. No lovely to play with. No one to our kind dispute altogether. Some kind of calamity occurred, slumbering beneath the water surface, and your kind had been eradicated. You showing your shoulder on the contrary. The humans she used to speak with, you at least have not been eradicated. You're still here. Yes, well, I can see that, with a slight laugh. It's really relief. My fellow mermaid opened the door, told me not to worry so. But I could not help myself. I've always been fond of you humans. Never sobering sitting in laughter, I don't know. It's so lonely. Oh. It's an interesting phrase. Let's start your head like a bird. Have you heard it before? So do you humans say like you are unfamiliar with these parts? So, well, that's a very soft thing. You ought to expect no longer. Looks at you. Show me a particular answer to it. Oh, you furnish your roof. I don't want to lie to you. I've started to be familiar with it. Both. The traveler from Firefly is very similar to this one. We fabrication. Tell you have only just arrived at the shore. They're both immediate surroundings and those further afield. There's a village nearby, you never set foot in it. I know what this village like, how many inhabitants it boasts. For this calamity, as the mermaid grimly supposed, has struck this land. She fears all humans from the immunity to even lay low with some mysterious mermaid. Milady, she didn't worry overly on it, so you're still alive. Are you not? I wonder. Enough to sash me kiss at the human world. Sure, I'm grateful, not you. Sweet mermaid says, I hope we might be bringing some news of the nearby village. Now of its inhabitants. Makes you wonder, is there a particular person this village was close to? Is she able to work that much out? You're an intelligent one, aren't you? Professors beg different on that score. Always awful when it came to academics, mathematics in particular. You never could get your head around all the numbers. You and I both. Stern, stony-faced mathematicians despair in you. She is not here. None of them are here. Just you now and the moment she's not to tell what your dismissed academic record. So small, touch by a compliment, tell her it's nothing more than a lucky guess. For I guess it was remarkably accurate. You're quite right. Let's forget about that. She was very dear to me. I'll judge yourself in this piece of detective work. Clever you are. Humans in the world. Humans spoke with me, sorry, she was my human. Catch the snow in the mermaid's voice. I cherished her dearly. She would come to me on my rock late at night when she was finished with her chores, and we would talk. It's a good number of questions about the human realm, and about her customs. If you may ask why I was spinning off tea, she was always happy to indulge me. Scored for my ignorance, and even she made me feel like a fool. She always made time for me, how many demands she had on her time. She was a farmer's daughter, awfully busy from dawn to dusk, thrashing hay and taking animals out to pasture. For work, and I marveled at her. Slender though she was, she possessed truly tremendous amount of strength. I, who lived in the ocean all my life, cannot continent. She bore burdens without complaining. She was not the prettiest human who ever walked the earth, but that mattered not to me. The conversation was engaging. Even for her she meant no ill will. I didn't even have a single drop of malice in her heart. She feel we both to flicker some ugly, primordial emotion. Could it be jealousy? It's painful, isn't it? It was like political dear. yourself never in a garden so intimate a manner. He has been woefully alone. You're not alone now. You're with the mermaid, she is with you. In the company of industrious farmhand, the farmhand is not here. Where did she go? Only I knew. She was simply disappeared one day, taken away by a wicked spirit. Right, the correct ending was such a close relationship. I'm not to look right forward, she might one day disappear. No, she did not. Something sort happened. It's not very sudden. You ask me in front of anyone. Did you not give you any warning? Not a single one. She disappeared. I'm a strange confidence. As it seems to have different both above and below the surface. You humans try to push, pin down, and place labels upon every names of your seasons, even your days of the week. It's all very precise. We merfolk, however, do not bother with such affairs, because we live much farther than you humans do. We need to not obsessively document things, as long as we have so many of them at our disposal. Here's what catches your attention. You know what he's lived for. You design it look much older, you cannot help but wonder. Nosy, I don't even remember that. The soft tickling sound like a bell makes you blush. You being nosy? Perhaps you were. You've always had a thirst for knowledge, all the dry, dusty academic stories of people with strange personas. Literature was the only subject you were ever any good at. Again, hard to call it. You like it. I suppose we might live for centuries. Centuries? Quite surprised. Perhaps it shouldn't be. Considering any number surprised tonight. There's one more to add to the pile. I have not been wanting quite that long. My friend to return to me. I think it's been a few seasons. I've worked so aware of the passage of time. There's any number of wants in my life. But as badly as I want to see her. She would sit to me. She would talk to me. Just one more time. Asking for the possibility. Long enough now to presume she will not be returning to me. Something must have happened to her, to her family, to her whole village. The worry throbbing in the moment's voice. So potent that you must swear to feel depths of her sorrow from within your own breast. Your own goal is a deep, dark thing, almost fathomless. Let yourself indulge it for too long. You might drown in it. Only a traveler, after all. Sailing cigarette for a nearby village. That's not fact about all I'm missing. Churlish of me, but I'll be fair to you. I hope you hear all of my woes. All I do have. She'll live a long, long life. She'll pour me like a golden gold. Of course I have you now, does she? Do I not? To go soon for my absence, do not come visit me again tomorrow night. I think I would like that. But speaking to humans, you make me feel less alone. There's the moment observes with those chanting eyes that she naturally wished to speak to you for your sake. Once you said a substitute for the farm she does so very ardently. It stings, though you really ought to be used to it. Still, she's a farmhand of all things. Her self-esteem sting. I may notice this thing. Those you passed are not her fault. The woes of her past are not yours. Please, be jealous of a girl who may very well be dead. That is what you tell yourself. Only way to prop up your bruised sense of self-worth. You tell the woman. I like that very much. Thank you. You very clear hot tongue. Seeing yours invigorating. Yours I can smile. Her friend disappeared. I did not know. The hot, fat of the world seemed very dull and drab. Your company has cheered me immensely. Why I like humans so much. You're not callous enough to merfolk with me for water surface. Kinder than they. Only she knew. She was aware of how petty you are, and how jealous, but she still cared for you. Neither here nor there. You greeted me with a mermaid comes down the following night, then make your slow stumbling back to the lift, and guard you purloined as your own. Sad you sit on pot and close your eyes. Sighing of the wind outside and the distant rolling of the waves against the rocks do not disturb you. You feel, after your midnight encounter with Murishkan, please, perhaps prematurely so. What happened to the icy fear which prompted you frantic flight through the forest? It's all that gone. Think you are being a bit complacent? No? Oh well. You will. The following morning when it arrives is cloudy and overcast. Not a particularly pleasant morning, but at least it's not raining. Small consolation. You rise from your straw pallet, Stretching and glanced upon the interior fisherman's college. Still updated last night, much of it was obscure shot. It's even more susceptible to the morning's light. The college interior has a distinct, disquieting appearance of having been abandoned in a hurry. Broken portion on the ground, a singular wooden chair stood by the singular wooden table is lying on the floor. Doors of the cupboards are ajar, shelves within depressingly bare. There's a handful of edibles, with precious little to be getting on with. To live comfortably, you have to look into foraging. You ate very little last night, your stomach is empty. It's the malcontent rumbling in your stomach, in actual fact, which roused you from your slumber. But your body seems very far away, much like great clouds which choke the sky. I hope I'm reading this alright. I hope anyone that's here is enjoying themselves. It says we got viewers. I hope we're doing okay. Can you all hear me okay? We're not thinking of your own physical discomforts. We're dwelling instead upon the events of the night prior. Think of the mermaid. Surely me and aquatic maid last night during your nightly stroll, when you could not sleep? An impression now the sun has risen, the shadows from the night have dispersed. Quite believe it. It must have been a dream. Why then you recall so clearly? You have yourself to scant food and drink available to you. Give your next course of action. What are you to do? First return to the shore come nightfall. Once again see mermaid. Night will not arrive for quite some time. This means of keeping yourself occupied, tell them. The interior of the college is not furnished with any particular ideas. You're ready to go for a walk. Like after you've searched like that, we go slowly, might it be alright. How long do you have to in the fisherman's college? How cold it might be outdoors. Almost cold inside as it is out. Yes, the college is far too small. You leave the college behind you and set off. You know exactly where you are going, which I suppose does not matter overly much. You do not have any particular destination in mind. Can you all hear me okay? Your meanderings lead you to a cliff, which is steep and sharp. The drop of the sword is a perilous one, so much you have to wonder how you'd ascend the cliffs. The night prior to meet the mermaid. Maybe I should check my audio. I have to check my audio. I'm going to be right back, chat. I'm going to get my phone so I can check my audio. Let's check the audio now. Alright, time to check the audio. More determined than you realize. Though I, of course, could have told you that much. You are surprised when the creature is such a small, slender human. You walk along the side of the cliffs, sensible distance from the drop of the shore. Along the side of the cliffs. Okay, I am. Okay, my audio is good. I'm just alone. It's so lonely here. Most of our last night's time in Landscape, you don't fancy trying your luck. Oh, really like you'd avoid your death to darkness when you stumble in the morning's light and take an irreversible tumble. Your fortunes have never been the fairest. The meanderings along the cliff lead you to all manner of curious flora. You thought the night prior the cliffs were weather-based. So your assumptions were incorrect. The flowers here, very warm and bright like the sun's light during the summertime. What did you think? Flush of pleasure. The fair hair of the mermaid, whom you are certain you spoke to last night. Flowers so very like her hair, it's uncanny. You step towards the flowers, drawn towards them, sink down to your knees. Tall grass brush your ankles like a caress, the morning dew wetting your skirt. Clothes getting damp as your legs, get off with a smile of discomfort. I had an idea. A gift for your new friend. Sure she would appreciate it, why would she not? Voice so cheap of Dola. Feeling lonely. You want to see her again. You're 16, let's make her a smile. Spot in mind, you begin to pick the flowers growing upon the cliffside. Do not have any thorns, as delicate stems stamp easily off between your fingers. You take care when plucking these flowers to leave a substantial amount of stem intact. Beneath the stems, you might twine the flowers together. Mermaid dear, something to be able to wear in her hair. This tiara is certain to suit her. She is so pretty, anything would suit her. You continue to work, slow and steadfast, as the weak sun shines. It takes time, but eventually you are able to fashion something you are satisfied with. Your only hope is the mermaid simile. She really does exist. Carefully, you pocket your makeshift diadem, then decide to forage for some food. Salvage research some fruit trees with sweet burdens enough to fortify your spirits. For the present, at least. Fortunately, you so excited by the moonlight rendezvous of the mermaid. Less focused on the future, to more immediate present, you might have more of an appetite. The emptiness in your stomach assuage. You return to the cottage, in which you mean to wait for the setting of the sun. There is very little to do. Inside the cottage, other than checking the cupboard, sweeping the floor, occupied ball field depressingly pointless. No books to read here, which you might pass your idle hours. Busy yourself trying to light a fire so you may ward off the cold. Horribly slow in passing, part because you have precious little to do, also because you gotta stop thinking of the mermaid. Will she really return to the shore as she said she would? Can you truly trust her? Oh, you hope that you can. Shot present, that's the main place. You'd think you would die from disappointment. The seconds continue to trickle, checked by any hourglass. As they do, the sun sinks beneath the horizon. Party was however, so we too late to search for the mermaid. She be there yet? You sit there, stomach tied up, anxious not. As you listen to the wind buffet your windows, you hear it. Silence you call it well from the night before. Single solitary voice outdoor, tempest tossed amidst the rolling waves. Voice is a high, clear one, silvery, like a fine polished dinner plate in a noble woman's home. The voice belongs to, of course, to the mermaid. Most you know a voice angelic as that. Bubble up inside you, believe so potent you feel dizzy from it. And it's you after all. Why, you wonder? She would. She wanted to see you. Did you think a mere nicety? Buoyed, gentle breeze, you hurry to the door. Trembling fingers are trembling upstream, because time rather than fear. Handle then turn it. Then you step into the dark, inky night. You walk towards the cliff as you did the night prior, beneath the cover of the inky blue sky, wind moaning fitfully for every step you take. So still like from your expedition the day prior. To ignore this discomfort. It seems irrelevant, really, when compared to the prospect of once again meeting the mermaid. You have known her for only one night. She's come to mean more to you than your own well-being, almost as if you've been hypnotized. You would do anything for the mermaid if she asked for it. Okay, that's a little creepy. Well, almost. You hurry down the sharp incline of the shore, almost stumbling in your scuffed brown shoes, but not built of rock climbing in mind. So frantic are you in your attempts to once again make the mermaid's acquaintance, you nearly fall. It's a good thing. Hey, Burley Wolf, nice to see ya. How you doing? You have enough sense to gain your footing. Oh, his tale would come to a premature ending. How you doing? Eventually, you make your way onto the shore. What's jagged outcrop of the rock when you last saw the mermaid? Like the night prior, the mermaid is perched upon the rock, with fair hair strewn about her shoulders. She sees you from across her, she's to sing, and her eyes light up. I'm doing great, thanks. Or at least they seem to. So you have returned to me, my hero. So you have returned to me, my hero, the mermaid said, lighting her goes. Perhaps should I say heroine? I think she blushed, I feel worthy of it. Nobody's ever called you a heroine before. Don't even think yourself as a heroine. Story made about you, I think you would be a supporting character, one without her own voice. Interesting enough. Father, staring at you, Dwight. One person in the world you wish to speak to. Tremble, it's just the mermaid's gaze. Tell the mermaid don't think you're so brave, just as you awkward remarkable laugh. I think you are, I saw the way you scaled those cliffs. I thought it was very heroic. You said, didn't she looked down the cliff. All but how you nearly fell. And the most graceful of girls, you have to explorers, being poised as perfect as the mermaid. It stings a little more than rockly gaze on your palms. Clumsiness wrought you. There's nothing so heroic about it all. You're simply excited, that's all, to see her again. You weren't thinking. Well, that makes two of her. Excited to see you again. She was. Naturally, I had a very good time speaking to you last night. I hope we might resume our correspondence. So I came to the box a bit earlier than usual. I was waiting for you. Did you hear my song? Why? All the way in the abandoned cottage. Called out to you. I was General, singing for you. She was. I think that you were worthy of the mermaid song. Dedicating a voice to you, though. Who else would I dedicate my voice? No one else to hear me. I suppose. Shall I look back at the mermaid? Give her a song, very beautiful. On top, for delusion, though. You've prepared a present for her, too. Oh? Have you really? I have. Small thing, nothing more than sleep drink. Not for too much of a position. Reach the pocket. You once you tried to give me your fall cliff down to delicate chain nestled. Worries are in vain. Surprisingly sturdy, giver's made of a few flowers. It's half firm against the odds. Green of great care, all same. She held out, presenting it for the mermaid's approbation. The mermaid, you fashioned this chain. Thought it would look nice nestled in her hair. But usually the chain you first made, I don't have to look at the mermaid. If you want to reconsider. She's have a word with so much it almost hurts to look at her. Her seems very meager offering instead. One more beat feels. Second thought, naturally, when Orby get back from the mermaid, if she can judge you too harshly. Give up into a small voice so full of gratitude makes your heart fall. Why did you make this for me? I still feel a little flustered. So as far as I went for a walk, think of her, not you. Think of the sparrows, flowers. Far and fear clutches by grub barks. Far? I'm able to get the rest of the sentence out. Not really something to have with compassion. It is you. You must be able to hear other voices trembling. You just see the way your hands tremor? Oh dear. Fate's heart's never won the heart of a fan maiden, you know. What happened to all your confidence? It's a wonderful one. Did not expect it. It really is pretty. Shy to meet the mermaid's gaze. I'm glad she thinks so. She won't spare your ego. There's just a little of that left, isn't it? Very shy. That's why she likes her prey to be self-conscious. She smiles. It's the same experience. I like it. When I spot clouds and lose their breathe air. Oh, that's obvious, and that's it truly mean. The point of a speech, to have an honest dialogue with one another. One party conversation with holding true intentions. Conversation, I agree with that. Game's wasting my time, and my time of the service is so very limited. Oh. More deeply still, so later, behind. You blush at this, more deeply still, and survey the mermaid beneath the full fringe of your eyelashes. Feels like it. I was just saying that. Human's so very funny, all your second guessing. Me too in the beginning. She? My friend. That's the one makes your stomach clench with her. Yeah, so funny. Down about it. Maybe gifts too. Gifts like this one. Flowers of perfect. Where I cannot tread. She's one of those top of the shore. Tall and imposing. Stop. Crowns like this one and bracelets. I appreciate the tokens though. Shy when first presented them to me. Thank you very much for handiwork. You and her are remarkably similar, really. There's no guile in the mermaid's voice, but I have to take it from my daddy who sings. Won't you not? Mermaid is beautiful. She's so very beautiful, like a tutelary goddess. And tribute simply by existing. Rule you more religious or regulus, maybe. Consider worshipping her. Is that what you were doing with your flower crown? Gladio's original one. Custom to gifts, but it's been a long time since any human has bequeathed me of anything. Wasn't surprised. I'm truly thankful for your kindness, dear one. Small rocks, pluck the circlet from your fingers. Smile, all the while it's unwavering. Now look at your gift one. It's a superior quality that your old friend once gave me. It's enough to make you so. Just the gift of the one she once accepted. However clumsy in execution. Cherish them moments. They're very precious to me. That's very long though. After I took them out into my homely field, washed in with a friend, large link between the girl flower stems and Sunday. Oh, sorry, it's by the same token, very delicate. It's very good with your hands. You think unattached from stolen lessons in the past. Numerous failed attempts to thread your needle, the other girls giggled at you, and you blush. It's praise you touch too effusive. Tell the mermaid as much, but she only laughs. Do not think so. Does she feel it? Aw, she looks so pretty! What do you think? I think it looks radiant. There's your natural looks. Look at this. You are selling yourself too short. I think your gift is lovely, really. Flowers rather match my hair. Those flowers. That's why you picked those flowers you've been able to think of. How'd you have been thinking? I'm thinking of you. I should say as much, no? That'd be embarrassing if that's how much I've been looking forward to helping you. If you do not feel similarly. I got a pine for humans from afar. You have me as you makes me feel less alone. It's true, the mermaid, your face of flame. You can't praise her. You know, she certainly made an impression upon me. Conversations. Some spy when you're together. Her, of course, she's so pretty. Yes, looks are rather appealing. My old friend was similar to compliment. Clear humans being so taken, the form is so very beautiful. Your legs seem rather cumbersome in comparison to my smooth, sleek tail. Lumber on lands with living good days with the hush on cold, unfitting way. I think I pity you. But the service is a good deal brighter than beneath the ocean. I'll grant you that much. still feeling close. There's some brooks having which makes the mermaid giggle. Then there are. You can explore the ocean's upside. You have tried it. Ought to do so. Let's keep it. Okay, is she gonna drown me? Much opportunity not check to the shore. Pay for the local church. Ah, God, it was quite a lonely existence. Kind of give me a fresh flowers. So return the favor. I would like only thing I give you something which will only be found in the ocean's depths. Perhaps we could look at this form of cultural exchange. But possible to burn upon her. If you want to see anything within a friendship, that is. One enough to satisfy you. Don't need any physical presence on top of that. Does not seem rents to she raises one eyebrow and says, companies all take satisfy. Easy to please them. Please do not rebuff me. I'm offering this because I wish to do this. Remember what I said, not say things for the sake of it. It isn't mind. Of course, not mine. Wait then, won't be very long. We're to abandon my new friend in the midst of a conversation. Her attention towards a clear mirror like one, shimmers deep from the She dives. Her body out elegant through there, long sunbeams cleaving through the water like an area ripple. Her submerged in her torso, long lost her tail. Water rushes to envelop her, as though it's been waiting for her. It subsumes her, swallows her. She disappears from view. It's gone, you are still there. Well, now what are you to do? Something will be done, you're supposed to save Waiter. So there several moments, watching the black water lap against the shore. The breeze howls more like a wounded animal, buffets you about your hair about your face, your torn skirt around your legs. Tell us how much of it you stand there, fretfully, feeling as ostentatious as a maple. When will the mermaid return? Will she ever return? That's all you can do. Over there by the rocks upon the water, the water's rippling. Your friend has returned. Pulls up on the rocks, smiles my upper body strength, and smiles upon you. She says, well, but did not make you worried. You are one, not so awesome with the mermaid. We spoke of devious strictures, low sailors enough, but they are in actuality very sincere. Much more sincere than most humans. That's why your kind fears them so. Few creatures know but this world costly for lying is greater than your own. Do not worry, simply was I smile. I'm not so sure about that. That's wellier than you give it credit for. She seems straight through you. No matter. You'll find something cheap for you as a gift. Not to me as to turn this into a pretty piece of jewelry. These are flowers, but give it to you nonetheless. Hopefully you like it. Gift out to you. Petals of a flower being folded back and what a pretty gift this is. The ocean might be doing. The object glitters upon the mermaid's palm. A beautiful shell, she was prismatic colors on the flag, much like the scales on her. Aww. Not so pretty. It takes your breath away. Keep fighting all up. So, and ask him if she's really alright. Give him. Of course not. That shell because it makes me think of you. Should be obvious. The shell is a lovely find. As are you. Oh. Just call you lovely. Oh! This is pretty long, but why are you gaping at me like that? I'm gonna change, you know. Just be stuck like that, which would be quite the shame. Waste your good looks, which feeling such myself, nothing short of a tragedy. Just think you were pretty after all. A mare's true skin, the fair hair. Isn't this? I thought this was a horror game. Laughable, the mermaid's compliments. Or could you call you pretty when it looks so immediately obviously superior? I'm dying. Look at your feet. How to reply to the mermaid? You haven't had a few towards her, and you are not that pretty. Oh, she might look rude. I want to rebuff the mermaid's well wishes. Take the shell, momentary from the ocean steps for you. I think you're worthy of it. Neither do you want to refuse it. No surprise. I think you'd be bold enough to take it. Now about more coaxing on my part. See my expectations. What a good girl you are. Aww. That's the shell under your skin. Little fingers tighten around it. Sharpened point digs uncomfortably into your skin. It hurts. It's pleasure in the pain. It's like a gift from the mermaid. Your precious finger dealt by someone. I don't know about that one. Being regular room. Thank you. It's quite alright. Seems only fair. Part of your world with me. Part of my world of you too. It's not only to descend beneath the ocean's depths, even if they do. They're very long. You are far too fragile. Well, I could bring you with me to my Underwater Kingdom. We might be together. Some resembling melancholia. She sighs. She shakes her head and smiles. This will have to do for the present. Please take good care of that shell. Look at Pantime and think of me. That would make me very happy indeed. Days pass following Nyland County aquatic winds and its almost intolerable slowness. Do the hour sunlight best you can, go over the long basin walks amidst the heather, foraging for berries and fruits among the hedgerows. Even when you must have courage, take an old fishing line on covered fisherman's coat. Try your luck at the shore. There's no tempting. Well, it's as time grows, fish will see and the art grows. You take up your rod, you find you're able to catch the odd fish here and there. Small, scrawny things mostly. Meat goes away bolstering your rudimentary diets. You yourself how to move the scale saltwater fish you captured, how to gut them, or how to cook them over a simple fire. Screw the fish with spikes and roast them slowly, innards and all. You'll sustain yourself well enough during the day. Think hungry periods never quite go away. Don't forget a second egg prepared to use how to visit the mermaid. Your days might be dull and drab, but your nights comparatively are made of magic. It's only during the night that the mermaid emerges from beneath the waves. She does you hurry to her side. Boy, I took so great an interest in you, not until you met the mermaid. What's going to mean so very much to you? The first friend you ever had. But if you not temper your possession accordingly, which may be better than you else. Potential danger. Looks beneath your interactions with the mermaid. Oh, show them how much you value her. Fun time. Ah, you too. Keep seeing her. Surely we should stop thinking of her human friend. She lost suddenly. That's your plan, at least. Fortunately, your self-serving wish to grow close, but seems close to being granted. Your nightly conversation with me have come easily enough. Words tumbling from your mouth like Fred. I'm uncomfortable in the mermaid's company. And she, yours, have long after you bequeathed your diadem flowers to the mermaid. She had posed a curious question. I was wondering, dear one, why will you indulge in me? It's not such a appealing proposition. What about I missed not to ask? It's in your world, for I've sat on the shore for many, many nights here. You've seen nothing of mine. Fair, I should know some more world, and how to know my own. Come with me beneath the oceans. This is gonna be a trap. I mean, not much alone. Comes to communication experiences such as this. But it's a simple enough request. Show you something so personal. Comes an uncomfortable sense of unease. You might feel at home when you thought. But if you're a human girl too awkward, ungainly like, not made to live under the sea. Trust you. Does not look blue. Appears inside to be obsidian. Waves moan as they break against the rocks, which jut out from the shore like mighty dragon's bones. Fall to sea spring, busted. Caught in the moonlight, shimmers sharp as knives. Step in. So restless sleep, so all to reminds you of a hungry monster. Submerge yourself beneath the ocean without the opportunity. You don't even know how to swim. So frightening. She does not have a lap. Still afraid. What was your shirt says so? She's nothing but honest. She's not to be ignored. She'll not leave you behind the waves. So many things. That you're so. So all your misgivings. You are interested to what lies beneath the ocean. It's not a sign. You would agree. Thank you very much for humoring me. I'm gonna die. You have an experience, also no experienced. Gotta come with me, I should be a guy. Be dark and not let you get away from me, I promise. Up the moonlight, the moon's celestial rays against the mermaid's upturned palms light its shimmers. The mermaid's hair, too, was glowing, backlit by Celine's glow. It just looked like an angel. Fused out of a few moments, not doing anything, Steve was stepped towards her, going back and the sand like some shore-growing tree. I understand why the mermaid takes such interest. The old out has just occurred to me. Before sleeping off. Oh, please be graceful, dignified mermaid. Reach out, your arms shaking, the skinny bow of an ancient tree. Carry the mermaid's hand with your own. The mermaid's fingers curl about your own nails. Her own nails digging into your skin. The mermaid itself looks very soft. Her grip is surprisingly strong. If she willed it, you would not be able to get away from her. Why would you want to? Let us be on our way. There's much to see in my underwater kingdom. I cannot wait to show it to you. We won't pass playing by the moon. It's wind buffets your hair, your skirts. You inhale deeply, smell salts heavy in the back of your nostrils, so much so you choke on it. That's enough. Tumble down the college by the shore. It's nostalgic almost. Vague feeling you stand on the precipice between your world and other aquatic companions. Never gonna be able to smell the salt in the air. It's place smoke position. You are being foolish. Take me back to the surface. Like I cannot breathe underwater. That's what I'm about this man. I'm not afford the opportunity to speak. Oh no! Dragon Morphin. The water rushes your feet towards me, sudden shocking rush. That's not okay if it goes anything but. I'm on position with my legs. I'm just feeling awfully ungainly. The shock of the water as it touches your skin, meanwhile, is intense. You do not think of the water be this cold. It's just cold. It's freezing. It's just happening to your skin. Heart was not even beneath the oceans. If your head was not beneath the ocean waves, you would gasp out. Not so much. Yours is your own. Hairs unspoolingly behind you like thread. Your skirt is fluttering. Stone for us being soothed by a mother's arms. Curious feeling, not only unpleasant. It's cold down here, beneath the ocean depths, you might find it relaxing. It's dark under the surface water, yes. So far, the glow moon cannot penetrate its depths. Its surroundings are illuminated, though faintly. Thanks to the plush illumination, you see the schools of fish swimming about you. That look familiar. They appear to you and to your fairy tale addled mind to be ancient relics brought to life by some strange, arcane sorcery. You're pretty. What was last time we know? You're beautiful. You stood upon the shore. How very full of life it was beneath the water's surface. You do not know even how beautiful these aquatic denizens of the deep were. You've never seen fish lights before, not in real life. Eggheads were dissecting fish once. Took a gruesome biology lesson. A very long time ago now. I'm thinking present 12 almost. Took a pass. They swim. Leading deep into ocean's depths. Once you're close enough to it was like sliced through the waves. It's now very dark, you can scarcely see. Your vision is beginning to blur. Feel comfortable push away and your bone. Survival anxiety too deep. Without my design, send these depths. Using tap her arm, get her to drag you back up. A little warm from my possessed child. What'd you do? Keep chatting inside the water till it stops your ears. Water stopping up your nostrils. Which water at the bottom of the ocean? You may not be able to breathe underwater. You are not so fortunate. Far less sophisticated than our sky's oxygen. With which furnished body of continued strength. Not salt water. I inhale the endless water so I should shudder. Ever not attempt it. Don't have the gills. Won't the mermaid take you back to the surface? Surely me she must know you far beyond your limit. Water too long, it's too cold, and it's dark now. You cannot see much of anything. Let's fell through underwater veg with last oxygen you still possess. Silence, how long got communicated to this mermaid? She's not looking at you. Fixing beyond a cup, so far away. The underwater gloom that you cannot see. She tried to pull your arm free from the mermaid's grasp. She was signaling she's grown too carried away in her endeavors. Cut short your actions, returning to the shore. It's not react, however, to your attempts to escape her. It's not slacking as you'd hope from above your wrist. It's quite the opposite. It feels like she's gripping you more tightly. Why would you do that? She's trying to get attention. Pops her long as to all surrounding the wall like a shirt. She has a comment, she's incredibly reasonable. Next, do you want? What is it? Oh, we got a human girl on that fish. You cannot speak underwater. That. Before she started asking questions. Oh, it's beginning to take its toll. Lungs feel like iron. Are they heavy? So she does understand your woes. Hopes we have to make it just bearable. That's your part. Sorry for drowning. What? Can't you see of meeting my demise in such a manner? What was that? What could she mean? In the mermaid, just calculate act upon my part. You want more you consented to sink beneath the water for me. Your fate was sealed. Your lungs will be flooded with water soon enough. Then you will die. It's not a pretty way to go. About your corpse floating, disfigured, and take very good care of it. I promise. If you look lovely, almost angelic. It's not what you always wanted. Everyone thinks it is. You think she's laboring on some severe misunderstandings. Try correcting. Pity. It saves me the effort of transcribing your diary, please. Nothing particularly interesting. While I'm doing this, I'm not mind about it. Secrets to keep from you. First meeting, she nursed from the cold fish's heart. Bring about your water and murder. I'd like to know that before you agreed to sleep beneath the ocean's surface with her. She had no choice. The other girl I liked, one door disappeared. She went away and was never again afforded the opportunity to see her. Not look for her. Act very like you. Both humans, despite delicacies, have no shortage of determination. The life of your license is very short. So many diseases mistreated me. I spent far eclipse your own, I'm far sturdier, more of the tenacity of you humans. Though as far as you are, I will not be able to resist in this world. Too afraid I would see my own death lurking behind every corner. See your own death looming before you. Some are so very far away now. Closer and closer, circling its cold icy fingers around your throat. It's incredible. I cannot respect you, weak and pitiful though you are. Distinguish it? It's a confusing. It makes perfect sense to me. Left Coward laughing. I wish she went and what happened to her. She was murdered by bandits. How she contracted a horrible disease. She really fell and cracked her skull. Oh, many days and nights just tormented me. I wonder how it came to be. So many possibilities. I imagine all of them. Thought terrified me. It still does. Take you on my water kingdom. Be here forever. Nothing will tear us apart again. I'll brush your hair and dress you in the finest pearls found at the bottom of the sea. Much love any sort of misery to destroy me. Peek out above the water. Still, you never be attacked by bandits. She's gonna be dead, woman! I'm dead too. Forgot something. She is cold. She is beautiful. Cold-blooded lady. Wonder around cast. Very faint. My body's beginning to fail. Make much more of this. Necessary sacrifice, so. No, you are fucking not doing it for both of our sake. You are sloshing in your inevitable demise. Push the water against your eyes. I don't want to ask what you need. Water for almost 3 minutes. I'm both in the cloud. Dark. So unpleasant. I rest the moment, I promise you. Pain being suffocated is far stronger, more oppressive. The sensation of a woman's hand wound wound tightly around your arm. Escape for you. It's hard to say, he's good. Your fate as the moment said, really was still the moment you met her. God talks with the moment. Don't forgive me, sympathy is limited. You bring this upon yourself, you know. You put yourself in your case with a series of bad decisions. I didn't even get to pick anything other than going to the shore. I want to do. Try to fight against it. Fight against your fate. Look on your face. I should first probably take an interest in you. Tell me you're not happy with this ending. Come all this way to drown. Fight the indecorous demise. Cause how many fine stories and shows my red twine for your hair after your death. God, your story herself. The two of you to indulge it. Try not to get on the bad side. Good side of any homicidal mayonnaise this time. Fair mayonnaise is something of a cliche. So let's get it in your hands. Wonder. Which path will I take? I guess we're going to the village. Go to the village? Good idea. So fairy child wait you. The night is far from over. She might wish it was. There's still much more to discover. Wonder what will happen next. Follow the path which leads to the village, supporting yourself on weary limbs. Feel ready to, at a moment's notice, snap at the knee, relieve the burden of your weight. The soles of your feet are screaming at you. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm not feeling today's stream. It's been pretty damn empty. I guess doing an obscure indie game wasn't the best call. I think I might take a break and try to do a double stream here later. That's what I'm thinking. I liked reading that though. That was fun. I kind of liked being able to do story time with y'all. But I think I'm gonna end it for now. Let's see, is there anyone playing It's So Lonely here? Is there anyone actually playing here? Categories. Nope, just me, Alright, who are we following that we can raid right now? I guess we'll raid Lonely Girl since she was in our chat. Guess we'll raid her. I guess she's a fan, huh? Oh, wait, cancel. / raid a L. Is that it? There we go. I guess it's rad ASMR, which is a little strange. But how's about we raid her?